All right, everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. We're going to split the soulmate cycle up into 12 pieces. You can put the signs to them if you want. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate with you. It doesn't matter what your sign is. I will just kind of flow through it. One card for each position, 12 pieces of the soulmate cycle. What are they thinking and feeling right now? It's been quite a week. We're coming off just off the new moon solar eclipse reading, which I pulled a little early. I'm going to be pulling Mercury also, Mars actually moved into Scorpio around the 12th or so. I'm going to pull on that on Sunday. And I wanted to let that get going because that's going to inject some fire into things. Some bravery, if you will. It might be where a lot of that bravery we talked about in one of the readings is coming from. I don't know. But I have a small pre-shuffle here for you on this Friday reading, which is very rare. I don't usually do them. But it was there. So I thought I would show it to you. So this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If you're looking for timestamps, there's text at the top of the description that tells you why they're not here. A monk cries every time somebody puts a timestamp out there. Everything is energy. You're all connected. If you're here for a reason, though. And this reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. So what's going on right now? In the right now with the energy. We got a lot happening. We still got 1010 portal energy floating around, starting to start to dissipate out. We've got the new moon solar eclipse energy, which we pulled on. We got a lot. We got Mercury, I think, moved signs. Venus moved signs recently. We got a lot of stuff going on here. So here's this pre-shuffle. On the surface, the universe wanted you to know this because it showed it to me. And with a chuckle, I might add. The star card crossed by the devil. I'll show you what's under that in a second here. It's the Page of Swords. Warning. Alert. Alert. Red alert. Somebody here is just dreaming and obsessed with you. It could be the runner. It could be somebody around you. But this is somebody here who's manifesting from a point of obsession. Okay? And I'm just going to tell you right now, under the current energy, this doesn't surprise me, there's a spying aspect here of the Page of Swords reflecting back at me. Spying energy going to pick up. Right? Prepare. So be careful what you put out there on social media. Maybe be strategic. Maybe put something out there you want them to read. Right? You follow? Okay. All right. That's it. Obsessively. Obsessively manifesting, wishing, thinking, whatever. And it's funny because in this reading, we're pulling on what they're thinking and feeling in the right now. And right now is different for all of you. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. But whatever. Let's shuffle. Let's do a Friday reading. Most of you have been around a while. You know what the Friday reading is. All right. About 9 out of the 12, like I said, should resonate. If it resonates, it's for you. All right. If you want to put the signs to it, you can. You know, I'll mention them. Like I sometimes do. But really, this ain't your horoscope. This is straight up energy reading. And it's a good way for me to look at the cycle and where it's at. Tomorrow, I will pull what actions they're likely to take. Same thing, split in 12 pieces, but we clarify. It's a big reading. I call it my Advil reading. All right. Giving Advil a plug there. Saved my ass many times. All right, here we go. Let's do it. The overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table. Yep, that doesn't surprise me. What are they thinking and feeling about you? What do you think she, the girl on the card, could be male or female, your person, but what do you think she's thinking? There's a picture of what they're thinking and feeling right now. They chose wrong. They should have chosen the rainbow. They chose wrong. There's disappointment here. There's someone here who now wants what they didn't want. I mean, it's all kinds of energy, but just the picture says 1,000 words right there. You know, okay. Readings on the flip. Our story begins with position 1, Aries, if you're doing the astrology thing, and ends with position 12, Pisces, if you're doing the astrology thing, which you shouldn't be here for my reading. You shouldn't. Any of them, really. Even if I pull on a sign, it's just an angle on the... Anyway, here we go. Everything matters. Let's go. Let's get rolling. What are they thinking and feeling right now as if we don't already know from that person? Hierophant. Yep, Hierophant. This energy is looking at their life in long term. They're taking the long view, which is rare for these runners. They're taking the long view of their life. And the only thing that keeps coming up is you. These aren't going to be good enough, what they've got, what they chose over you. Again, it can be you, or it can be what you represent to them, what your connection represents to them. I'm just reading energy, all right? And, you know, it's the incoming energy. It is what it is. So that's fine. That's a great place to start here. Thinking long term. Good, I like that. And what they've got on their side is reflecting as, well, this is definitely not long term. right? You're the one that they have the long term with, or what this connection showed them is the fuel they need to have a real long term. Position 2, Taurus. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this person has, this energy, whoever this belongs to, has changed their mind about you. They have a new opinion. I would say it's positive because the energy is upright. It's not reflecting back or reversed, as you would call it. It's upright energy. They've changed their opinion. I believe it's for the positive, or God, this is one of those ones I wish I could clarify. It's a whole lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda energy, and it might be they're changing their opinion about you in respect to what they did. That's possible. Either way, it's a good sign. Okay, it really is. So is this, to be honest, and so was the little pre-shuffle. I'm not surprised that spying energy is picking up here. I'm not surprised, not at all. Position 3, Gemini, 10 of Cups. A lot of dreaming. Dreaming about what their life could be, and you're in it. Absolutely. It's a hazy energy, and whenever I get that, it's the dream state of the 10 of Cups. And yeah, I almost Freudian slipped 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're dreaming about their life, what their life could have been or could be with you. Okay, again, we started with almost all of these runners here are thinking long term now. And when you start thinking long term, when you're in a toxic situation, or if your life is kind of shit but you ran because you were afraid, you can't keep these. These are shit. You can't drink out of these anymore, right? Bacteria and stuff like right here. The hot spot of the connection cycle, position 4, slice number 4, the Cancerian position. It bookends the Hierophant. All the energies blend here. And they're really blending in this reading, I will tell you. Yeah, the moon. Yeah. This is my Queen of Cups in this deck. The little red head there. It's stuffed under the water. It's kind of a drown my fear kind of energy here. It's somebody here who has pushed love back and is now realizing that maybe they made a mistake. I get that. But I still get with this energy with a lot of these runners, they're afraid to admit something, or for some of you, it's tell you something. Or there's just something that they don't want to talk about, so they try to push it back. But they can't deny the fact that what they've got on their side, under this energy right now, and it makes sense if you watch my Pluto reading, well, we already know what the next one is, don't we? Okay, we'll just put that there for Leo, and we'll come back to it. If you watched my Pluto reading, that means that Leo, because that happened, this energy here ties with the Cancerian energy. So I'm talking a little bit about the Leo position 5 here as well. So this shouldn't surprise everybody that they're looking at their life and figuring out what they can keep and what isn't, what's long term and what isn't. All right. So this 6 of Cups, again, somebody's looking back. There's a lot of nostalgia in the energy, and they are trying to push it back a little bit, but she can't hold her breath too much longer, like I often say. Position 5, the Leo position with the 6 of Cups here. I think spying energy is going to pick up on this for this incoming energy. Again, I just get that. I get somebody very much in their feels, very much nostalgic, very much thinking back to what things that were said or things that they did in relation to your connection. I believe also environmentally there's something around, since these are tied, it probably applies to all of you. There's something around your runners right now in the surrounding energies or environment around them that's reminding them of something about you. Okay? It reminds them. There's a lot of nostalgia here. All right. Thinking and feeling attached energy for the Virgo number 6 position here. 5 of Swords. There is an energy attached to you, and it's attached to this 5 of Swords. There's someone around you, okay, who either you ignore or they ignore you, and that's false. So if it's you, if there's someone that you ignore or have shut down, you'll know. You have to be honest with yourself. That's false, and you need to admit that. For most of you, it's someone attached to you who may act contrary to how they feel or just ignore you, and that's false. And it's beginning to eat at them. The self-sabotage aspect of that is beginning to eat at them a little bit. Libra, the number 7 position here. 9 of Wands. It's two energies. It's weird. It's not two different people per se. It's just two energies blending together into one. I hate it when that happens because I have to separate it out, and then I have to find a way to put it into words for a general viewing audience. There's a combination energy here of someone is tired of putting up a wall, and it's combined with the fact that for some reason in the process of them being tired of putting up a wall between you, the wall is actually getting stronger. They're actually adding to the wall. Sort of in your mind's eye, you could picture somebody building a wall, right? And hating that they're building a wall, tired of building the wall, but they're still building it. They're still keeping it and maintaining it, okay? It's weird. Obviously, there's a lot of love here, or there's something that needs to be said. And in this reading, we're just asking what they're thinking and feeling. Tomorrow, in the weekly reading, we'll find out what actions they're likely to take. Scorpio, my hot Scorpio. Scorpio season coming up, right? We got Mars in Scorpio. I tell you what, you're going to be very attractive, Scorpio. I hulk up in Scorpio season, so I like Scorpio season. My energy reading gets crazy town. I start reading people, whether I can't shut it off. I go to the grocery store, I read people. It's crazy. Scorpio, Ace of Cups. Yep, about to burst. All kinds of things are about to come your way. It's just like, you know, this reminds me of what happened last night here at my house. This energy reminds me. We had a carton of oat milk, old, that was in the back of the fridge that we forgot about, apparently, that blew up. The gases inside it blew up. I opened the fridge this morning and everything is covered with chocolate oat milk. I had to take everything out of the fridge and clean it up in the sink. That's what this energy reminds me of. Everybody's about to explode how they feel. All of a sudden, you're about to find out how a lot of different people feel. There's a lot of people around you, and I say a lot, I mean it. There are energies around you. Some treat you good, some treat you bad, some you know, some you don't, who have a lot of strong feelings and opinions about you, okay? Be careful about that. Don't be influenced by people's opinions about you, okay? I'm reminded a little bit of, with this here, it's a little bit of, what the hell was his name? Epictetus is a Greek philosopher. Died probably somewhere around, I don't know, probably, I think it was like 130 AD or 135 AD, so he hadn't been around a while. But, you know, his whole thing, he had a couple of main things, but his whole thing was about you shouldn't be influenced by people's opinions about you. You know, it's about self-worth, about your opinion of yourself matters and things like that. And you should ignore people's negative opinions and not let them direct your actions and things like that. He was also big on individuality. He had a whole thing about white threads in like a toga or something like that, right? And how most people try to conform and make people happy and people please them based on their opinions. And he always said people should strive to be the red thread, you know, the one that stands out. And that's sort of what you are. I want you to keep that in mind because a lot of people are about to explode. An exploding bottle of oat milk all over you of emotion. All right, Sagittarius. Position 10. Ace of Pentacles. Well, I say this to this angle all the time. Whether it's a Sagittarius reading or it's the 10th angle here in a 10th slice of our 12 slice pie in a reading like this. Someone think it's kind of a way of phrasing it. I'm trying to phrase it in entertainment industry speak, for example. If someone thinks they can make a buck off you, then you're going to do just fine. Okay? It's like that. Someone attached to you thinks they can make a buck off you. It feels like that. Now, what that means specifically, I don't know. But they look at you and they see dollar signs, and that's really what I get off of this. And I don't understand how it's going to play out for you. I don't know. It can be an energy of someone. You got to be careful of that, though. You got to be careful you don't get taken advantage of. All right. You are actually in the power position. Although this energy may approach you as though they're in the power position, but actually you have all the power. I want you to remember that. All right. This is position 9, by the way, not 10. I'm sorry. So this energy probably applies to this because of my Freudian slip. It's crazy energy here today. It's skipping and jumping all over the place. Position 10, Capricorn. It's probably tied to that in some way, the lovers. Yeah, you've got an energy. You're about to come together with somebody. Again, pay attention to what I said to Sagittarius. It's not about money in this case. In this angle's case, this is love. Okay? This is more business. I mean, I know it's Steve's Love Tarot, but I get what I get. This is love. You're about to come together. It could be a new soulmate. It could be an old one you've been waiting for. Okay? Somebody's really thinking about you. In this case here, where I say somebody thinks they can make a buck off of this person. I got 2 naked people here. Somebody really wants to bang you. Okay? I'm just going to phrase it that way. And it's up to you whether, if you want to, that's fine. But just make sure you know why you're doing it. Make sure you know you have the power position here. Don't get talked into something you don't want to do. All right? They seriously thinking about it. Definitely spank banking it. Position 11, Aquarius. 5 of Cups. Either you've done it already or you will. Somebody feels like you let them down. Okay? That's what they're thinking and feeling. Now, this could be an old energy. This could be future influence. I can't tell. There's no time in the energy. It doesn't have our clocks. My advice to you is to listen to what I said over here in position 8. Okay? Fuck them. I don't think you did let them down. I think this person, whoever this energy is viewing it incorrectly. Just like this person's looking at the wrong thing. It's about the 2 cups still standing, not the 3 that are down. Okay? That kind of thing. All right? So, again, everybody always going to have, you can't please everybody. It's that kind of energy. So, you got to please yourself. You got to make sure that you're true to yourself. That's all. Okay? It's the best you could do. Everybody else going to have an opinion. Any reading I do, I let somebody down. Okay? This reading right here, some of you are going to love it. Some of you are going to be like, yeah, cool, I get you, Steve. Right? And at least 500 people, I'm going to let them down. I don't dwell on that. I can't help. I'm just doing my best. That's all I can do. All right? I can't help that. I'm always going to let somebody down. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do, it's always going to happen. This person, this energy, whoever this belongs to, is just viewing it the wrong way. It's their fault. It's them, not you. All right. Number 12, Pisces. Always red with number 1. And for some reason, number 5. Maybe one day I'll figure that out for sure. Lots of people have theories on it. I don't think any of them are right. I think I know. I haven't been able to. I've run through all of that. I don't know why. What is it? 4 of Pentacles. Somebody's thinking back, right? They're feeling a little bit spiritual right now. They're on some kind of spiritual journey and energy attached to you, whether they know it or not. All right? They're definitely feeling. They're thinking back, and they're holding back because they're afraid of what happened in the past. Okay? Maybe with you, maybe with someone else. This can happen a lot, and the way this energy feels to me, it's somebody who got married, not to you, but it's somebody, like in the past, they got married, and they thought it was the thing. They thought that was the one, this is it. We're soulmates, it's destiny. Right? They felt that, and it went bad. The marriage went bad. Sometimes people dwell on that. They start second guessing whether maybe I read things wrong. Well, I mean, if that wasn't the one, then nothing will be. That kind of thing. You can't ever get like that. You cannot think that way. We all get it wrong sometimes. We all make mistakes. Or it's possible that it was the one, but it had a short lifespan. It had a short shelf life. There's plenty of great loves in our lives that are great, but they're only great in their moment in time. After that, you need to just remember what it was in its moment of time. Not what you tried to stretch it out. There's lots of things. Lots of people stay with things long past their expiration dates. And every energy around us has an expiration date. It does. Every relationship, sometimes it carries over into the next lifetime. Sometimes it's 6 weeks of awesome sex. I mean, it is what it is. Everything has its moment, its place in time, if you will. All right? So that's what that is. All right, let's have the universe add all this up. Let's talk to the witches. We've got a divine masculine and emperor here randomly at the bottom. So let's go. Add all this up, universe. The energies are getting complex. As we move into Scorpio season shortly, things are going to get very complex. The last couple of months of the year into January, actually, complex. Yeah. All right, things are going to get tricky. Let's go. These are the runners. The incoming energies are getting deeper in their thoughts and emotions and feelings. We opened with a Hierophant. That speaks volumes here to what's happening. Right? I read you one layer of that energy. The other layer is we got some. The spirituality is coming back. It's making a comeback here. All right. Add it all up, universe. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card. What's this all mean? What are the runners thinking and feeling? The bottom card, crossing the center card, which is the base energy, is the 7 of Wands. And they're all keeping a distance here. I'd love to say it's someone standing up and fighting. What they're thinking and feeling is they need to stay back. This is part of that spying energy I picked up on in the pre-shuffle. Okay? This is part of someone. This can be someone keeping the high ground, right? They hide behind a rock, casing out the joint, right? You know, like a robber might do. Cased out the joint before we rob it, kind of a thing. Yeah, you're being cased out. But they're casing out their own feelings as well. Yep, sitting. This is my stopped Knight of Pentacles here in the Witches. He stopped right at the water. They're casing you out. They're thinking and feeling you on a high level, opening with the Hierophant here. And we got the moon in the hot spot position. Yep, they're casing you out. I think because this is a reliable energy, I do think they go in the water. Center card, 8 swords, yeah. Yeah. They're afraid. There's fear here. There's someone here who's confused. There's confusion blending with fear. And it's sort of swirling together. Confusion and fear. And somebody feels trapped by this connection. They may feel trapped on their side in a relationship. That comes up a lot for the incoming energy. But they feel trapped by this connection. They can't escape you. And I don't mind this energy. I don't mind. I think it's good that they're casing out the joint, that the spying energy is kicking up. I think they should take another look. One more time. This time with feeling, hopefully. What's red with the Knight of Pentacles? Is he going to move? 9 of Cups. Mostly contemplation. Yes and no. I mean, 9 Cups here. Yeah, they feel trapped. They feel like they can't get rid of your connection. That's what they're thinking and feeling. And they don't want to, but it scares the living shit out of them. So they're casing out the joint. A lot of these runners, I think this may have come up in a recent reading. A lot of this incoming energy, whether it's a new soulmate or a runner, are waiting for some moment. I don't know what. I don't know what the fuck they're waiting for. It's different for all of them. But they're waiting for some moment. They're all aware the reason they can't escape it is that you're the 9 Cups. You know? They've got to get some emotional fulfillment. This card does tell me on one level that this knight is going to go in the water. They are going to speak some emotion, right? They almost have to. But I'm explaining, more interesting to me is the base energy, which explains why the spying energy kicks up. All right, it's good. Let them sit in it. Let them case out the joint. Let them wait for this stupid moment. In the meantime, you're growing your energy and you're attracting a lot of things to you in the process. And that showed up in this reading. In position 8 here, and again, this ain't your horoscope. It doesn't matter if you're not a Scorpio. This showed up. And I told a touching story about what happened in my refrigerator. It was touching. Tear came to my eye. You know, that kind of thing. All Flem's jalapenos and food got wet. I mean, I had to rinse it off and everything. Oh, it's terrible. But a lot of emotion about to come out around you guys, from people around you. All right, that's your reading. Tomorrow we find out what actions they're likely to take. We do the same thing, but we clarify. All right, so we'll wait. We'll see what's coming up in the upcoming week. That said, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, good luck.